Welcome to my channel.
And this is English Podcast Station.
You know, sometimes the English you really need is for, well, just everyday things, like buying clothes, for example.
Absolutely. It's something pretty much everyone does.
So today we're diving into a really great lesson aimed at beginner English learners. It's part 1 of the Buying Clothes at a Mall episode from a podcast by James and Erica.
Right, I know the one. They do a fantastic job speaking slowly, clearly, repeating things. Really helpful if you're just starting out.
Exactly. And our goal here, our sort of mission for this deep dive, is to pull out the most crucial bits from their lesson.
So you, the listener, get the key words, the phrases, the steps you need to feel confident buying clothes in English, specifically in a mall setting.
Perfect. Okay, let's start with the basics then. The main idea, buying clothes.
Right. 2 words there. Clothes first.
Yeah. What exactly are clothes? Well, it's things like shirts, pants, maybe dresses, jackets when it's cold.
Socks, hats, all the things you wear in your body.
Precisely. And then buying, simple enough. It just means you pay money, you give money to a store, and you get something in return.
So put it together. Buying clothes is the whole process of going to a store and getting new things to wear.
And like you mentioned, James and Erica focus on doing this at a mall.
Right. What is a mall for anyone who might not know?
Well, typically it's a really big building. And inside that building, there are lots and lots of different stores, all under one roof.
Yeah, very common place to shop, especially for clothes in many English-speaking places.
Definitely. So let's walk through the steps James and Erica outline. Step 1.
Okay, step 1 is basically just getting there and looking around. You go inside the mall, you walk around, you see maybe a shoe store, a food court, and then a clothing store.
And while you're walking, you might see a sign, a very useful sign to know.
Oh, yeah? Which one?
The sale sign. S-A-L-E.
Ah, yes. The magic word.
Right. It means things inside are cheaper. The price is lower than normal.
Always good to see. Who doesn't like saving a bit of money? Exactly. So, okay, you see a store you like. Maybe it has that sale sign. What's next?
Simple. You go inside the store.
Okay.
And this is often where you might have your first interaction in English.
Right. A store worker, an employee might approach you.
What would they say, typically?
Something very common and polite is, "Hello, can I help you?"
Okay, can I help you? So you have a couple ways to answer that, right? Based on James and Erica's lesson.
Yes. If you do need help, maybe you're looking for something specific.
Like a shirt.
Exactly. You could say, "Yes, I'm looking for a shirt." Or, a dress, some pants, whatever it is.
Simple enough. But what if you just want to browse on your own for a bit?
Also very common. In that case, you could say, "No, thank you. I'm just looking."
I'm just looking.
Yeah.
It's a great phrase. Polite tells them you don't need help right now.
Very useful. Okay, so you've handled that initial hello. Now you're, looking at the clothes.
Right. Seeing the different colors, the styles. And then you find something you like. But there's a crucial next step.
Ah, yes. The size.
The size. Clothes aren't all the same size, are they?
Definitely not. You need the size that fits your body. James and Erica mentioned the most common ones you'll see labeled.
Which are?
Usually small, medium, large, and sometimes extra large. You might see them written as S, M, L, XL.
Right. S, M, L, XL. Good to know. And how do you ask about the size if you say, find a shirt, but it's not your size?
Good question. James and Erica give some helpful phrases here too. You could hold up the item and ask a worker, "Do you have this in medium?"
Okay, just swapping in the size you need.
Exactly. Or you could ask, "Is there a small size?" if you only see larger ones.
Or just state it directly.
Yep. "I need a large, please." Simple, direct, polite.
Great. Okay, so you found an item, you think you have the right size. What's the next logical step?
Well, you probably want to make sure it actually fits before you buy it. So you need to try it on.
Try on. That's a key phrase. It means put the clothes on your body.
Precisely. To see if it looks good, if it feels right. And to do that, you need a specific place in the store.
The fitting room.
That's it. Or sometimes called a dressing room. It's a small, private room, usually with a mirror, where you can try clothes on.
So how do you find it?
Just ask, where is the fitting room? Is a perfect way to ask.
And do you need permission to try things on?
It's polite to ask, especially if you have a few items. You can ask Orc, can I try this on? Or can I try these on? If you have more than one.
Got it. Okay, so you're in the fitting room, you put the shirt on, now you need to decide, does it fit?
Right. And James and Arrow give some really simple, useful phrases for this moment.
Like what?
Well, maybe it doesn't fit well. It could be too big.
Too loose.
Yeah. Or the opposite, it could be too small.
Too tight.
Exactly. But hopefully it's just right. In which case you can think or say, it fits well.
It fits well. That's the goal.
And if you like it and it fits well, you might just think, I like it.
Simple. Okay, so you've tried it on, it fits well, you like it, you've decided to buy it. Where do you go now?
Now you head to the cashier.
The cashier, that's the
yeah.
person.
The person who works at the counter or the till, where you actually pay for the item.
Right. So you take your item to the cashier. What happens then?
Well, the cashier will likely greet you. Maybe say something like, hello, or hi, did you find everything okay?
And a simple reply.
Yes, thank you. Works perfectly.
Okay. Then they'll tell you how much it costs, right?
The price, yes. They'll scan the item, and the price will likely show up on a screen, and they might say it out loud. For example, that will be $25.
Okay, $25, and then you need to pay. What are the usual ways?
James and Erica mentioned the main ones. You can use cash.
Like dollar bills and coins.
Right. Or you could use a plastic card. Either a credit card.
You pay it back later.
Or a debit card.
Which takes the money directly from your bank account.
Exactly. So in that example conversation, the cashier says, that will be $25.
And you could say,
okay, and hand them cash, or maybe, here's my credit card, and hand them your card.
That little dialogue example is really helpful, actually. It puts it all together.
It does. It shows that final step very clearly.
So, wow, we've gone through the whole process. From just walking into the mall,
spotting a sale,
talking to a worker,
finding your size,
using the fitting room,
all the way to paying the cashier.
And picked up quite a bit of key vocabulary along the way. James and Erica do a quick review, which is probably a good idea for us too.
Definitely. Let's recap those essential words. We had clothes, obviously.
Right. And buy, the action of getting them.
Then size, small, medium, large. Very important.
Fitting room, the place to try things on.
And the phrase try on.
Then cashier, the person you pay.
And price, how much it costs.
And that useful word, sale.
Absolutely. Those words, if you can remember those, you're off to a really good start.
Yeah, that covers a lot of ground for a basic shopping trip. And it's worth remembering, like James and Erica said, this was just their part one.
That's right. They mentioned going into more detail later about things like understanding different kinds of sales or what to do if you need to return something.
Or even more phrases for describing the clothes you want. So more to learn, but this is a solid foundation.
Absolutely. What you've hopefully got from this deep dive is that basic framework, the key words, the useful phrases, the sequence of events when you buy clothes at a mall in English.
It should make the whole idea feel a bit less daunting, hopefully.
Exactly. More manageable.
So maybe a little takeaway thought for you, the listener. Just picture it. Imagine yourself in a mall, in a clothing store. Think about what you might say if you needed help, or how you'd ask for a size, or what you'd say at the fitting room or the cashier.
Yeah, just running through it in your head. using some of these phrases we talked about, it can really help build that confidence for when you actually do it.
A great way to practice without even leaving your house.